How's it going, YouTube, and welcome to the unboxing of the Sony Xperia E3. I am recording this video using an iPhone 6 and an external microphone hooked up to it. So, look around the box. This is one of Sony's latest mid-level smartphones. You can see it has got LTE 4G on there as standard, and it comes in a variety of colours, so luminous yellow, black and white. This particular model is the black version, so let's get this opened up. So again, this shouldn't actually cost you too much. I won't go into pricing because you can Google that yourself and look on Amazon or wherever you like to see the pricing for your specific country. There's the actual phone itself. We'll have a look at that in a second, see what else we get in there. You can see it's not their top end phones because that normally comes in a very flat box like on my Z3 unboxing. These just kind of get thrown in a box like this. So pretty standard USB to micro USB cable, not too exciting. You get your standard brick. This isn't one of those collapsible ones, so this is the solid one-piece one like this. On some of the other Sony ones, there's this prong here which lifts up and down. This one doesn't. The USB port is on the side. And let's have a look at this charger. So it's got an output of 850 milliamps. And again, a bunch of literature. Oh, that's also something that's really nice to see. Again, Sony does include a screen protector in this particular model as well. I don't know if they'll all come with this, but the UK version does anyway. In my case, it did anyway come with a screen protector. So it's really nice to see Sony doing that. They do that with pretty much, I swear, all of their phones, at least their mid-level to high-end phones, they do that with. But anyway, we don't want to see that, we want to see the phone itself. So let's start off by looking at the side of this phone. So micro USB port straight away on the side there. If we look at the top, 3.5mm headphone jack, you can see it's got that curved edges, just like you get on the Sony Z3. The difference is this has got a very rough, very matte kind of feel, almost textured actually, where the Z range is very smooth. So that does give you a bit more grip and it feels a bit more durable as well. No dedicated camera button here, and here we have a volume up, volume down, and power lock key just there as well. Nothing there, and back to there again. If we look at the back, you can see completely matte as well. Almost feels very rubbery on the back actually, so I actually quite like that. It feels very grippy in the hand, and due to its size, it's not too big, so it shouldn't slip out the hand. Camera on the back, it is actually a 5 megapixel. It looks like it's going to be a bit more impressive than that if you actually look at it. It looks pretty much the same dimensions as the 20.7 megapixel on the Z3, but it is only a 5 megapixel sensor inside there with an LED flash, NFC and Sony just written there with Xperia, and I'm guessing that's going to be the loudspeaker on the back. Now, one thing that's quite interesting about this camera, even though it is 5 megapixel on the rear and VGA on the front, the rear-facing camera is capable of recording in 1080p at 30 frames per second, which is really, really good. You don't see that a lot from 5 megapixel phones. So let's get this thing powered on and see what it's like. So press and hold the little side button, and on it comes. Another quite good thing about this phone is supporting a Snapdragon 400 quad-core processor running at 1.2 gigahertz. And it's got an Adreno 305 GPU for gaming. In terms of RAM, 1GB of RAM, so not a massive amount, but it should be enough, and it's quite comparable to any other smartphone for this kind of price point. Display is one thing that is a little bit disappointing. It's 4.5 inches, which is excellent, but it's only a resolution of 480 by 854, so you don't even get a 720p display. IPS is quite low at 218, but again, very similar to HTCs from this kind of price range as well. In terms of weight, it is a little bit chubby, 143.8 grams, and it is 8.5 millimeters thick. So it's not the thinnest of phones out there, but there are certainly a lot thicker phones out there. So let's quickly just skip through all this and see what we get on the phone as standard. And there we go, we're fully booted up. So one thing I like to do is look to see what kind of stuff we'll get on there as standard. Normally get some trailers and things. We'll see if we do on this one. Bit slow initially, but I'm sure that's because I've only just turned it on. So not a massive amount of media to look at, but pinching to zoom seems to work quite good. This is a standard Sony video which you get on most. I'll try and bring that a little bit closer. I apologise for the reflections already. Now the display isn't actually terrible, it's actually pretty decent. Even though the PPI is very low, it's actually a pretty decent display. Colours seem to pop as well, which is pretty good. It is an IPS display as well, so viewing angles should be pretty decent as well, as you can tell. But just not the sharpest the display out there, but not as bad as you think it might be. One thing that you will notice though is the rear speaker does get covered up. Let's just check what OS version this is running on. So, quick settings. Oh, not brightness, I don't want that. So 4.4.2 straight out of the box. So there is a slightly later version which is 4.4.4, but this is still running on KitKat, which is the important thing. So this has been just a quick unboxing, a quick overview of the Sony Xperia E3. Hope you liked the video, guys. If you do, hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.